Good evening, folks. Thank you for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here, spending a little time with me. I appreciate it. I always want you to be the big three, my friends. I want you healthy, happy, and safe. You know what I want for me? Like, share, remind, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Leave a comment, please. It helps spur the algorithm. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Today, we are going to take a look at another one. This one is from Aldi's. This is their covista-mexican-style lager, but name's a misnomer. We will get to that. We have Moby with us today. So let's do the crack, let's do the pour, let's do the temp. Just finished my newest experiment, which is to make ciabatta bread in the pizza oven. It's way too hot to even light the oven in the house, man. I mean, that's just insane at this point. Sorry, I should have removed this from here. We did chill the glass down. Ooh, that's a pretty amber color. That's a nice head. That's man. That's edging up to the 20s right there. That's a pretty beer. Again, the head is nice. She's smooth. Let's call her smooth. Silky. Okay, we'll be crazy. We'll say silky as I try to get the camera to freaking hold still. Welcome to Fly By Night Beer Reviews, folks. So let's get a temp on here. Everything has gone into the freezer before I brought it out, but it's miserably hot and humid in Phoenix. We actually had some sky mud fall out this morning. You know what happens when you put water on hot rocks, man. You get sauna steam. We are looking at... Keep going, more. No, I got 43.7. Okay, well, at least we're within the approved range. And with the color, she's probably more like a 40s beer would be my guess. Let's get that sniffer in there. It's biding time. See what's going on. I am rushing to beat the lights out because we're going to lose the sun. Nice. Smells light and lagery. More earthy than floral. Nice all the same. Nothing super insane, nothing super interesting. Just smells like a decent beer. So, you know what that means. Looks like that, smells like that. Got a slip of the tongue because we are gentlefolk after all. Salud. Not bad. So when people think Mexican, they think like Corona and Pacifico. Modelo. Modelo actually has more body. Victoria is a little chewier too. But for most gringos in America, they think Mexican beer, think Corona and Pacifico. This, more towards the Modelo, the Victoria, the Bohemia, tends to have a bit more bite. She's not as bitey as a German, right? So, you know, those German lagers have some strong flavors. She's about halfway in between. Think of it that way. Covista Cerveza is a brand of beer for Aldi supermarkets. That's where we got it from. She's an Aldi beer. It is owned by FIFCO, with production initially handled by Cerveceria Centroamericana in Guatemala City, Guatemala, which is why I said she's not a Mexican, she's a Guatemalan. Starting in 2001. In 2003, production was moved to the United States and taken over by Rock-Wall-Brewing, a pseudonym of High Falls Brewing Company, which is the craft beer subsidiary of Genessee-Brewing. And I drank a lot of Jenny growing up, man. I lived in New York. Jenny everywhere. Cream ale, basically. So, That's not the one I want. Let's go to see what our friends at Untapped have to say. We're looking at 4.5 for the ABV. There is no available IBUs. Well, that's not true. There's available IBUs in here, and they're about 10. Okay? They're there. They're not really presenting. That's all the specs we get. And you see, a lot of times it drives me crazy because, you know, I have the deficiency where I want the information. Give me the information. Yeah. Pretty though. So that it's warming up. There's a bit more floral to the nose. Kind of accents the earthiness nicely. We are sitting at 48, so we were at 43.7. We're at 48.6 now, so let's give her another second. We'll get her up into 49. That'll be a 6-degree bump, and we'll see what she has to say. Trust me, it's not going to take long today. It's hot out here. Ugh. Did you guys have a good day? I hope you had a good day. I made tuna fish and decided that I wanted bread, so I made bread. It's just something to keep busy, man. You don't keep busy, you lose your shit. One thing we learned from Corona is being trapped in your house, even with the internet, people's brains start to go a little... All right, I've got 50.2. 50.2. So, that's going to be about 6.5. Let's see what she's going to tell us now. The earthiness has died down and the floral starting to take over, which is nice. She's still dark and rich, which is also nice. Slip of the tongue. All right, so initially at 43, the mouthfeel was literally soft palate, intradentals right to the back. But now at 50, she's opened up a little. And so we've got soft palate, intradentals out into the buccals and down into the sublinguals, which is really nice. She's surprisingly starting to dry out my teeth, which makes no sense for this beer. And she's a Central American lager, so she's fast. Not particularly dirty, so nice and clean. Good beer. I mean, it's an Aldi's beer, so, you know, they tend to be more moderately priced. Do not ask me what you would pay for a 6 of Modelo, or I can guarantee they gringo price in Pacifico and Corona to these people. The last time I was in Mexico, which pissed me off, by the way, it's become so gringified I have to pay gringo prices in a, let's be kind and say, a second world country. Fuck you. The bathroom said, please don't flush the toilet paper down, it clogs the system, I'll put it in the basket. So you figure out your sewage system, you can't be first world. I'm sorry, my friends. It just does not work that way. On the other hand, I used to really love Mexico. It was one of my favorite places on the planet. I go down there and have fun. Shit, when I still smoke cigarettes, you could smoke in an elevator down there. Nobody gave a fuck. You could smoke in the bar. Ashtrays. Ashtrays. Now you go down there, it's like, oh, well, I need to go to the Jamba Juice. Jamba Juice? This is Mexico. This is Mexico City. This is Sonora. No. It's Sam's Club. I've said it before. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked that they haven't opened up a Taco Bell for the gringos down there yet. But I'm sure it's coming soon. Incidentally, Taco Bell in Mexico is like opening an Olive Garden in Italy. 53. All right. Let's pause it. I can only flap my gums so much before you guys are like, fuck it, I'm out of here. So we're going to pause. We'll be back when she's up around 56. And then maybe we'll push to 62. So far, like her. She's solid. See you in a minute. All right, my friends, we are back. We should be up to snuff now. I get 55.8. Then I get 57.3. Figure we'll split the difference. Anyway, let's see what she's going to show us now. The nose is thinned out and she's gone way more floral now. Still smells acceptable. She didn't lace worth anything, so sorry lacing fans. Slip of the tongue. Ooh, okay, we're starting to get that brown note in there. So, she sweetened up a little bit. Again, there's no noticeable IBUs on here. I gave it 10 because it's kind of industry standard for something like this. Nice mouthfeel. Not as much leakage out into the buccals. We had more in the sublinguals this time. Tongue involvement is, again, 3/4. So about 75%. She rides the tongue back really, really nicely at this temperature. She's gotten super fast, and she's clean. Good all-around beer, man. This is easily drinkable, and, you know, if you're... I know everybody said the economy is booming, but if you're on a budget, or you're just like me and you're frugal, which is a fancy word for I pay attention where I spend my freaking money, you could do worse. Now, is Genesee owned by one of the big giant monster conglomerates? I don't know. I didn't look. I was busy. I was baking, and plus I gotta get the dinner, and I gotta get this shot. I still have to do the short before I lose the light. So we're gonna cut this here. I'm gonna say this beer is fine. Is it good for the style? I'm a lager guy. I like lagers. I know this is a horrible thing to say, especially among we're not gonna go there. So for a Central American lager, which this was when the Germans were busy taking everything over down there, this one presents nicely. She's got a bit more body. Again, she's not as flavorful as a German, but she's not the recycled urine that you would get from a Pacifico or Corona. So, would I buy her again? Sure, especially for the price. They're cheap. Drink her again? Wouldn't bat an eye. Try her on tap? Love to. But I'm not going back to New York anytime soon, and that's where Genessee and Rock-Wall and whatever the other company is. Hand this to me out of the cooler, I'd say thank you. It's a good beer. I like this beer. Good for the style. Yeah, she's fine for the style. She actually presents, again, better than most Mexicans do. Interesting flavor profile. Not bad. Again, when she got a little warmer and she started to present more of that amber punch, more of that malty kind of sweetness, and we're talking like the malt on this when she pops is about a 2.5, maybe a 3 out of 10. It's there. It's not the main body of the beer, so it's still quite good. Yeah, I like this beer. Is there anything I'm going to take away from this beer? No. 5. 5. An easy 5. I would give her 5. I'm not even throwing the price point in there, and the price point in here in Phoenix was, I think it's like $8 a 6-pack, which, don't get me wrong, that's ridiculous. A 6-pack of beer should be $3. Actually, if we could ever get money back to where it's supposed to be, it should be $1.50, maybe. And go quarter of beer. That seems fair, but it's never going to happen in my lifetime. So, there you go. All right, thanks for coming by. Putting some eyeballs on you, my people. You know I love you. Always want you to be the big three. I want you healthy, happy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, gray man, head on a swivel, hot and handy, hot and handy. Of course, comes with its own set of responsibilities. Mills, by the way, went to go on a family reunion up in North Montana, or I don't know, Montana, Dakota, one of those places where they have like buffaloes and shit. And she got to go shooting, so she shot a 5.56, 2.23, and 17 HMR. I really like the 17 caliber, and I'm like, of course you did. It's a 22. It's less than 22. It's a good caliber. Don't get me wrong. Nice Varmin caliber, so if you got to shoot groundhogs and shit, good solid caliber. But you know, okay. It's cheaper than 5.7, I would think. Yeah, that's what we got. So thanks for coming by, putting some eyeballs on. I will catch you on the next one, my friends. Till then, salute. Starting to flatten out now. And again, she's up in the 60s, so don't drink lagers in their 60s. No bueno, senor. Adios.